It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news. This is the Southwest Outdoors Report.
One of my earliest and very fondest childhood memories is going out and fishing in the springtime with my pawpaw, Elsie Stokes, drift fishing for channel catfish in his old flat-bottom aluminum John boat. And many of those memories happened at the lake just behind me. Welcome into Lake Worth, Texas. It's a little-known lake located right in Fort Worth, Texas, but it's also a very good fishing lake. And on today's show, I'm going to go out, do a little channel catfishing, and use this lake as a test tube to demonstrate for you what the catfish are doing as they head into their spawning season all around our region. And whatever they're doing here, they're doing at a lake near you. So hopefully we'll give you some techniques today that will help you out. And while I'm out doing that, we're taking you around the region for your latest fishing reports from Louisiana, the entire state of Oklahoma, all of Texas, down along the Texas Gulf Coast, your saltwater reports. We'll also have your Ask the Pro, your Costa Catch of the Week, where someone wins a free pair of Costa sunglasses, and I'll have your Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week. So while we launch my beautiful Bass Tracker Pro Angler 16, which one of my favorite boats, and it's a great crappie boat, a great bass boat, but on today's show it becomes a catfish boat. While I do that, taking you back to the FSN studios, here's Julie with your weekend planner.
Hey everybody, the Salooner tables are predicting good fishing for your weekend at the lake. Peak fishing on Saturday will start at around 10 a.m. and the best conditions for Sunday should begin at 10:45 in the morning. The sun will rise at 6:25 and set at 8:22, and evenings will have very little moonlight with a new moon beginning on Sunday. Stay with us, we're coming right back with fishing updates from all of our anglers in the field. Plus, I'll be back with 2003 Bassmaster Classic champion Mike Iaconelli on the Whataburger Ask the Pro.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, by Lowrance and the all-new HDS Gen 2 with Structure Map Overview, by Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability, by Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors, right stuff, low price, every day.
Got my bobber down. Watch this, watch this. Don't set the hook too hard. Got him. You don't want to really set the hook on these. Hey, welcome back everybody. We're channel catfishing today. They're up spawning in the springtime on a lot of our lakes around the region. And as you can see behind me, the first key to finding the location of spawning channel catfish is rocks, 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 and more rocks. Look at that big ledge of rocks right back there behind me. That is prime channel catfish spawning territory. Taking it easy with this one because he feels like a halfway decent one. If you can find those big rock ledges and you want to fish up pretty shallow, you can see I've got my spinning tackle today and I've got a slip bobber rig. I'll show it to you later. That's a nice channel catfish right there. Come up. There we go. All right. There's a nice one. You can see a kind of fat belly. That one may have already been kind of halfway spawned out. But that's what we're fishing for right there. Springtime, they get up there and spawn, and they are a blast to catch. We're on Lake Worth today, but this will work on the lake near you around our region. But you find those rocks, like along that rock ledge, and you will find these spawning channel catfish. That's our first key of the day. All right, let's start with our regional fishing reports, and let's start with Texas, and here's Brian Hughes with your Lone Star Lakes.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by A1 Locksmiths, your A1 source for Liberty gun safes. Ask them about free delivery for your safe this season. Now, this week there are two huge big bass tournaments here in Texas. One is on Toledo Bend, where the hydrilla is growing at a phenomenal rate, and that hydrilla will be key to catching fish. Start with a frog over the top of the grass up shallow, and look for bluegill beds as the bass will be feeding on these spawning fish. Try something like a lateral perch, that should catch you a big Toledo Bend bass. At Fork, it's completely different. Almost no grass to speak of, so you'll be fishing main lake points, channels, and road beds. Use Carolina rigs, drop shot, or even the umbrella rig to catch a big one at Lake Fork this weekend. That's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by A1 Locksmiths. Now, be sure and click on my picture on the web for more updates on Texas. Let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Puerto Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit the website on the screen. Well, changes to fishing patterns continue as water temperatures along the Texas coast move toward and through the 80-degree mark. When the winds have been light, just about all options are in play and fishing has really turned on. Reports of quality trout with maturing eggs are coming in. Many of these fish are being caught in shallow water near grass and along shorelines. Topwater lures have caught fish as well as soft plastics on light jig heads. One new bait being mentioned is reel keel that suspends, walks a dog, and can be fished down to 3 to 4 feet. Anglers on Sabine continue to catch fish on live bait, as well as soft plastics under a popping cork under working birds. East Galveston Bay has some good fish on its reefs and shorelines. East and West Matagorda has seen good catches behind the peninsula, as well as in behind Matagorda Island. Stedman, Dagger, and Quarantine Islands are holding good trout on grass beds. Redfish are mixed in and good on Estes Flats potholes. On the lower Laguna Madre, all of the Longbar is turned on with trout and reds. The potholes southeast of Longbar are giving up trout, and South Bay is adding flounder to the mix. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
I know I harp on this a lot, but it's really important. You really do miss a lot if you don't follow and like us on our Facebook page. We put lots of video, photos, lots of fishing content on that page that you'll never see and we don't have time for here on the television show, like our May fishing sweepstakes, where our winner goes fishing with a guest for a day in Oklahoma with our inside reporter, Gary Dollahan. All you need to do is go to facebook.com. If you don't already have an account, sign up for one. It's free. Once you do that, go to our page at facebook.com/Southwest Outdoors Report. Once you're on that page, very important, the first thing you do is click the like button in the top right-hand corner of the page. After you do that, click on the sweepstakes tab and then fill out the form. You'll be entered. You'll have a chance to win our great fishing trip with Gary Dollahan in Oklahoma at the end of the month of May. Hey, we'll be back for more catfishing in the springtime for spawning channel cats right after this. Hey, welcome back everybody. Guess what? There's a catfish that's got my bobber down out there. Watch this. Take up the slack, set the hook. And I've got one. All right, we're on Lake Worth today, and that catfish was right off the end of an old broken down boat ramp. It's broken into a million pieces, and that is the perfect place for a catfish to be laying up under there spawning. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that works. All right, catfish. Be real careful handling these. I have a friend who has a friend who got finned at Squaw Creek Lake a couple of weeks ago, got an infection and wound up dying, tragically. So be real careful around these fins. You see me wearing these gloves all the time, but I really do when I'm handling catfish. All right, that fish has got it swallowed down there, but that's a nice sized channel catfish. By the way, there's a consumption advisory out. Do not eat the catfish here at Lake Worth. Eat them most anywhere else. But there is some toxins in the water here from the Air Force Base from years ago. And so you just want to come out here for sport fishing if you're coming to this lake. But the same principles apply. And an old flat rock coming and dropping off a ledge is a perfect place for a spawning channel catfish. My friend Chad Ferguson, who guides for catfish all over North Texas, has put up a website, learntocatchcatfish.com. It's a great place to Start from scratch and learn everything you need to learn about catching channel catfish around our region. Learn to catch catfish.com. All right, let's go up to Oklahoma, see what your fishing reports for the week are from there with Gary Dollahan.
The Bassmaster Collegiate Central Super Regional was this past weekend on Fort Gibson Lake. I ran into Travis Snyder and Nate Gonsolin, one of the 5 Oklahoma State teams in the tournament. They were in the back of Jackson Bay. In their last hour of the tournament, I had a nice visit with them and actually got to watch Travis catch a nice 2-pounder on a Super Spook Junior. He said he had several fish blow up on that throughout the 2 days of competition, and very few were actually taking it. Most of their fish came on a small shaky head finesse worm. They ended up with about 22 pounds for the tournament. All the guys did a great job, and it was fun to see all the different schools show up for that. There were about 30 teams in all, representing about 15 different schools: Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. How serious do they take it? Very. There were several guys that commented they should be walking across graduation stage right then to get their diploma, not in this bass tournament, but they were here, and it was fun to see that. Now, as far as the white bass right now, they're starting to show up in the right places that they should be after the spawn, and the usual depth's about 12 to 16 feet deep. Top of the road beds, top of the flats, top of the long points coming out to the river channels. Drop that jigging spoon down there, drop those crappie jigs down there, they're gonna find it. The shad are really starting to show up right now, so things should start just continuing to get better and better as the temperature continues to warm. If you got river flow coming through those lakes, even the better. One thing about it, you can't catch them if you don't go.
On this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week, I'm going to show you another really good channel catfish lake located very near where my boat is right now. We're on Lake Worth, and just upstream is Eagle Mountain Lake, just outside Fort Worth, Texas. Let's locate it for you right now on the Lowrance HDS-10. You can see it's just east of Azle, Texas. Now we switch to the contoured map and locate lots of rocks all along the entire south end of the lake. All those rocks hold spawning catfish right now. Then there are lots of docks in this blue area where the cats will spawn up under the shade. And finally, there are a lot of green reeds and cattail islands, and the cats will get up in those cattails and spawn. You flip your bait right up under the reeds under a bobber set only 1 foot deep. You'll fish those reeds very similar to how we fish these rocks. Use a slip bobber, set it only 1 foot deep, and flip it right up in the edges of the reeds and cattails. Eagle Mountain Lake, another good catfishing lake. You can eat the fish from there. Don't eat them here from Lake Worth. That's this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week. Stay with us. When we come back, Cajun Phil and Kevin have your Cajun bites from Louisiana.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Mercury, the official outboard of the Southwest Outdoors Report for 10 years running. By Excite, start positive, stay positive. By Lou's Reels and Rods, feel the difference. By Whataburger, proud to serve it hot and fresh 24 hours a day. And by Onyx Personal Flotation Devices and Rainwear, keeping you safe on the water.
He got it. All right, that'll be a channel catfish. Hey, welcome back everybody. We're talking about springtime spawning catfishing, and that's the next tip for you. You see that dock in the background? Let's get this catfish up. Oh, that's a nice channel catfish right there. Spawner, big fat belly. That dock, it's got that shade underneath it, and that's always a key. When you can find a shallow dock with rocks around it and shade underneath it, going into this spawning time, you can get bit by a big spawning catfish like that. That's not a monster, but it's sure a fat. Look at the belly on that cat. She's up there getting ready to lay those eggs. So we're gonna release her and let her do exactly that. Now I'm using a slip bobber rig. I'll show it to you in the Academy Right Stuff feature at the end of the show. It's very similar to crappie fishing, but you use the catfish bait, and I'm using just plain old bait shrimp like you buy at the grocery store or the bait stand. It's great bait for spawning channel cats. And then I've got this Team Catfish Sudden Impact that Chad Ferguson, my friend who's the catfish guide, gave me a tub of. You can buy it at several retail locations around the region, but it's a dip bait. In fact, it's really nasty. I'll give you a quick look at it, but it's some gnarly stuff. Smells bad, and You dip a treble hook in it, swish it around a little bit, stick it in there with a stick or a screwdriver, pull it back out. It's got some fiber in it so it'll stick to your hook. That's a great bait as well. All right, it's a good catfish day and you can do this at your local lake. Don't get so homed in on what we're doing here at Lake Worth. Same principles apply anywhere in our region. Let's move along right now to Louisiana. Here's Cajun Phil.
Cajun Phil here fishing the HT Redfish Cup Tournament Trail here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. It was at LaBerge Casino. It was a fantastic week other than the horrible weather we had. Lots of redfish were caught. You know what? After day one, we found ourselves in second place with a great chance to win. Day two, we come in with 2 giant redfish. Thought they were perfect. When we got to the weigh-in master, well, he found one of them to be a hair over the line and he got DQ'd. What a heartbreaker. It put us in 10th place though, enough places to make the third day competition. After third day, we come in with 2 more giants, both of them weighing over 8 pounds, another 16+ pound stringer, moved us up to 7th place. We could have won the tournament if that one little fish would have been on the line instead of a little over, but you know what? We're really happy with 7th place. Right now, Team Broussard, we're in 3rd place for the team of the year. We only like 6 points out of 1st place with 2 more events to go. Next event's going to be in Port A, Texas. I tell you what, as far as the fishing goes here at Catfishing Lake, it could not have been any better. Giant, big old heavy redfish, 1st place team won. They averaged over 8.5 pounds per fish. That's 27-inch redfish, not 28. I tell you what, the fishing is off the chart here right now. You want to book a trip here on Calcasieu Lake? Remember, it's CajunPhil@hotmail.com. Send me an email. Come on down and go fish with Captain Kevin. Again, that's CajunPhil@hotmail.com. Make sure and watch Outdoors and Fishing each and every Saturday morning right here on Fox Sports Southwest at 5:30 a.m. We got some fantastic shows coming up.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Nitro Performance Bass Boats. Fish your best in a Nitro. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. Quality soft plastic baits made in Oklahoma with American pride. By Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. And by Motor Guide Trolling Motors. Engineering for angling.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Whataburger Ask the Pro. Our question this week is from Dale in Round Rock, Texas, who writes, could you please explain the countdown procedure? For the answer, we traveled to this year's Bassmaster Classic to check with 2003 winner, Mike Iaconelli.
You know, the countdown procedure, when we're saying countdown, what we mean is we're letting a sinking bait go down to the level of the fish. It's great for suspended fish, it's great for fishing in and around bait fish, and it's great for deep water. You know, the big variable is what bait you pick, you know, so depending on the style of bait, depending on the manufacturer, they all sink at different rates. I can tell you one of my favorite lures to count down is a Rapala minnow, and it's called a countdown minnow. The countdown minnow on 10-pound tests will sink about a foot every 2 seconds. So basically you can count it down in your head. Once you know the level of the fish, you count it down to those fish, you start retrieving the lure, you give it a couple jerks, the lure does everything by itself. So think about the level of the fish, think about the bait you're throwing, and then count it down.
Thanks, Mike. If you have a question for one of the pros, just visit our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com, click on the Ask the Pro link, and send us your information. Have a great weekend, everyone. Now, back to Barry.
Hey, congratulations to this week's winner in the Costa Catch of the Week contest. Last year, new laws were passed in the state of Texas that made noodling legal for the first time. Noodling is catching catfish with your bare hands. So congratulations to our first ever noodling winner in the Costa Catch of the Week. He is Brandon Marth of Brenham, Texas, shown here with a 32-pound yellow catfish he caught out of Lake Somerville in South Texas. Brandon will win a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses of his choice from the Costa website, and the frame style of the month is Jose. And you can see these here. We've captured a couple of shots for you. They come in several frame colors, several lens colors. You can check all that out at CostaDelMar.com. And if you'd like to enter your own fish picture in our contest, go to our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. On the right-hand side of the page, follow the instructions, and maybe you'll be our winner on a future edition of the Coast to Catch of the Week. Next up, it's the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, where I'm going to show you the slip bobber rig that we use to catch not only a lot of crappie on this show, but a great rig to catch the spawning channel catfish anywhere in our region. It begins right up top with a little keeper. These come in several different sizes and styles. You get them at your tackle store. You thread that onto your line and you can adjust the depth that you're fishing with that. Then you slide on a slip bobber and it free floats on your line. Next, you pinch on a little split shot, the smallest you can get away with. Of course, then underneath that comes a little small treble hook to hold your bait. Hey, before I get out of here, I do want to mention how much I enjoy fishing out of my Bass Tracker Pro Angler 16 aluminum boat. Whether it's channel catfishing like we did today, or crappie fishing, or bass fishing, whatever you like to do around our Southwest region, the Bass Tracker Pro Angler 16 is packed with all the features you need at a very affordable price. I really enjoy fishing out of this boat. It's got a motor guide trolling motor, Mercury 4-stroke outboard where you never have to pre-mix the oil and fuel. It's carpeted, got live well, it's got sonar units, everything you want in a fully rigged boat. Check it out, the Bass Tracker website you see there on your screen. I think you would really enjoy the Bass Tracker Pro Angler 16. Hey, thanks for joining us today. I hope you learned something about catching channel catfish while they're spawning at a lake near you. They'll be doing it for the next 30 days or so. We'll see you on next week's show. Until then, I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.